In the quiet town of Oak Ridge, nestled within the dense woods of the Pacific Northwest, stood an old, forgotten mansion. The mansion, known locally as the Oak Ridge Manor, had been abandoned for decades. Its once grand halls now silent and decrepit. It was a place whispered about in hushed tones, rumored to be haunted by the spirits of those who had met untimely ends within its walls. One rainy afternoon, a group of urban explorers ventured into the mansion, drawn by the allure of its dark history. Among them was Sarah, a young filmmaker with a passion for uncovering the truth behind the legends. Armed with her camera and a sense of adventure, she led her friends through the mansion's labyrinthine corridors, eager to capture every eerie detail. As they explored deeper into the mansion, they stumbled upon a hidden door concealed behind a tapestry. Curiosity piqued. They pushed it open, revealing a narrow staircase leading down into darkness. With trepidation, they descended into the depths below, their footsteps echoing against the cold stone walls. At the bottom of the staircase, they found themselves in a vast crawl space, its ceiling so low they had to hunch over to avoid hitting their heads. The air was thick with dust, and the only sound was the soft drip of water echoing in the darkness. Sarah raised her camera, eager to document their discovery. But as she panned the room, her camera light caught something chilling. A series of scratch marks etched into the walls, as if made by frantic hands desperately clawing for escape. Her friends exchanged nervous glances, their excitement turning to unease. Ignoring their growing sense of dread, Sarah pressed on, determined to uncover the secrets hidden within the crawl space. As they ventured deeper, they came across a series of makeshift cells, each containing a rusted metal cot and chains bolted to the walls. In one of the cells, they found a tattered journal, its pages yellowed with age. As Sarah flipped through its contents, her heart sank. The journal belonged to a former resident of the mansion, detailing their descent into madness as they were tormented by unseen forces lurking within its walls. But the most disturbing discovery came when they stumbled upon a hidden alcove tucked away in the darkest corner of the crawl space. There, amidst piles of decaying furniture and forgotten belongings, lay a stack of old VHS tapes, their labels faded with time. With trembling hands, Sarah inserted one of the tapes into her camera, eager to uncover the truth behind the mansion's dark past. What they saw on the screen would haunt them for the rest of their days. As the grainy footage flickered to life on Sarah's camera screen, the group huddled together in the dim crawl space, their breath caught in their throats. What they witnessed was beyond anything they could have imagined. A series of horrifying scenes captured within the very walls of the Oak Ridge Manor. The first tape showed a group of people, their faces contorted in terror, as they were chased through the mansion by an unseen entity. Shadows darted across the screen, their movements fluid and unnatural, as if possessed by some malevolent force. In another tape, they watched in horror as a young woman, her eyes wide with fear, cowered in a corner of the crawl space as something unseen stalked her from the shadows. The sound of her screams echoed in the darkness, sending shivers down their spines. But it was the final tape that chilled them to the bone. In it, they saw themselves exploring the mansion, unaware that they were being watched from the shadows. As they watched their own movements captured on screen, a sense of dread washed over them. Suddenly, the camera glitched and the footage cut to black. When it came back into focus, they found themselves staring into the empty eyes of a figure shrouded in darkness, a figure that bore a chilling resemblance to the entity they had seen in the other tapes. With a sense of mounting horror, they realized that they were not alone in the crawl space. Something had been watching them from the shadows, lurking just out of sight, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Terrified and desperate to escape the nightmare unfolding around them, the group fled from the crawl space, their footsteps echoing in the darkness as they raced back up the narrow staircase. But as they reached the top, they found their way blocked by a solid stone wall, an obstacle that hadn't been there before. Panic-stricken, they searched frantically for a way out, but the mansion seemed to have become a labyrinth, its halls twisting and shifting around them. With each passing moment, they felt the walls closing in, suffocating them with a sense of dread. Just when all hope seemed lost, Sarah remembered the hidden door they had discovered earlier in their exploration. With renewed determination, they retraced their steps through the mansion.